Hello, everyone. We're excited to explore corporate social responsibility, or CSR, and its growing impact on modern businesses. Our group will discuss what CSR is, why it matters, and how it shapes ethical practices that benefit not only companies, but also society and the environment. So let's dive into how businesses can align profits with purpose for a better world. So, corporate social responsibility, CSR, refers to the concept of business integrating social and environmental and ethical considerations into their operations and decision making processes. It represents a shift from solely pursuing profits to balancing profitability with a commitment to the overall well being of everyone. As Archie B. Carroll highlights in the Corporate Social Responsibility, a case study approach, CSR is built upon four pillars: economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic responsibilities. These principles guide companies to engage in practices that benefit not only their shareholders, but also their employees, consumers, communities, and the planet. Beyond being a strategic business initiative, CSR reflects on a moral obligation for companies to contribute to the greater good. It underscores the ethical responsibilities of businesses to operate transparently and sustainability, addressing critical issues such as climate change, inequality, and human rights. So, why should we care about corporate social responsibility? Mainly because it directly influences the world we live in, from the health of our environment to the quality of life in our communities. When businesses adopt CSR practices, they actively address critical challenges like reducing carbon emissions, promoting fair labor practices, and fostering inclusivity. This not only helps mitigate global issues, but also contributes to building a more equitable and sustainable society. For example, like companies like Patagonia, they have made an environmental conservation a cornerstone of their operations, demonstrating how CSR can drive meaningful change while maintaining profitability. On a personal level, CSR affects us all as consumers, employees, and community members. Businesses that practice CSR tend to attract and retain talent, create safer, more inclusive workplaces, and build trust with their customers. Forbes highlights how socially responsible companies enjoy stronger brand loyalty and customer engagement, making them more resilient in the long run. By supporting CSR initiatives, we encourage businesses to act as a responsible global citizen, ensuring that their actions benefit not just their shareholders, but also the broader city. This alignment of business goals and societal needs creates a virtuous cycle, improving both our lives and the planet for future generations.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Peterson, and today I'm going to talk about um, the importance of businesses implementing CSR um, and why it's so important to their employees and consumers, um, and how it can be such a good thing for the world and for every community that interacts with these businesses. I think that businesses have an obligation to implement CSR, and that's because they operate within communities that interact with them, that buy products from them, that work for them, even. And because of this, businesses can affect the world in numerous ways. And some of these ways could include environmental pollution, resource management, labor practices, employee health, product safety, um, following regulations, and just general public health as well. CSR matters so much because as more and more companies follow this ideal and implement it within their ranks, they're able to provide a bunch of different impacts and benefits to communities and help lift them up, help um, bring them out of many, many different downfalls that they might have. In fact, according to a study, 73% of employees believe it's important that their company makes a difference to local communities and provide help when it's necessary. The study also stated that 60% of employees say they would take a pay cut to work at a purpose driven company. Um, CSR, it matters more than you might think, and that's probably because we don't know exactly how CSR looks within a company. And to share a little bit more about that, I'm going to share what some companies do to implement that. But they can have a huge impact on the world. And now more than ever, consumers and employees are actively searching for companies to buy products from that do implement CSR. Um, a big example that could show how much it influences the world is the Coca-Cola company. They're doing a huge focus on CSR and how they can sustainably renew and reuse resources. They're doing this by collecting and recycling every bottle that they manufacture, including the packaging that it's shipped in. Um, that way that they're completely sustainable and they don't waste any of those resources. This includes replacing all the water that was used in creating the drink, and making sure that it makes its way back into the environment. Um, they even predict that by 2030, they'll have reduced their carbon footprint by 25%. My second example here on the slides is Google. Their focus is more on the social issues within communities and within business. This includes things like improving racial equity, disability inclusion, uh, wage equality for gender, and many other programs for um, maybe some groups of people that have less opportunity. My last example of companies that use CSR is Pfizer. They're focused on access to healthcare in communities, and they have a program that donates 100,000 a year to 20 different organizations to help address vaccine preventable illnesses within communities. Um, Hopefully, these examples can show just a little bit about how, just even through three different companies, they've had such a big impact on communities and how much better it can be the more and more companies prioritize this movement, this awesome opportunity to give back to the people that they're selling products to. Um, Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Summer, and today I'm going to be talking about the role of CRS in building brand reputation and also the impacts of CRS on employee engagement and retention. So, what does CRS exactly stand for? It's corporate social responsibility. CRS plays a pivotal role in building brand reputation while also significantly influencing employee engagement and retention. CSR refers to a company's efforts to create a positive impact on society and the environment. Also, initiatives like sustainable programs, ethical labor practices, and community outreach. When done effectively, CRS builds trust with consumers, many of whom prefer brands that align with their values. Studies show that 63% of consumers are more likely to support businesses that demonstrate social responsibility. By showing genuine commitment to societal and environmental causes, companies can stand out in a crowded markets, differentiate themselves from competitors, and foster loyalty. This is a good time to think about a company that maybe you're familiar with and that you support because you like their values or just how they are as a company. Maybe they give back or they do something of the sort, and that makes you support their brand. Another example would be, for instance, Tom's, the shoe brand. For every one shoe that's bought, they donate one. This is a model that has made it its global leader in socially responsible business practices. Additionally, CRS migrates risk by promoting transparency and reducing the likelihood of public backlash or reputational harm caused by unethical practices. If you are currently watching the news now, you may have seen a lot of businesses are being boycotted due to what's going on in the world. So that can definitely be a factor of CSR, and how the reputation of your brand is built will affect the consumer rate. On the employee side, CSR creates a sense of purpose, boosting moral and increasing job satisfaction. Employees who feel their work contributions to a greater cause are often more motivated and engaged. For example, Google's investments in renewable energy and Salesforce focus on sustainability, inspire employees to take pride in their roles, and contribute meaningful to the organization. CSR initiatives such as employee volunteering opportunities and diversity programs also enhance workplace culture, creating an environment where employees feel valued and empowered. Companies with strong CSR programs report up to 50% higher employee engagement compared to those without such efforts. Furthermore, CSR is crucial for attracting and retaining top talent, especially among millennials and Gen Z employees, who actively seek out employers with ethical practices, a clear commitment to societal impacts. By aligning company values with those of their workforce, businesses build loyalty and reduce turnover. Research reveals that 86% of employees are more loyal to companies that support social causes, underscoring the connection between CSR and workforce sustainability. Overall, CSR serves a powerful strategy for creating long term value, not only for businesses, but also for their employees and the communities they serve. It strengthens brand reputation and loyalty. In today's social conscious market, CSR is not an optimal activity, it's a business strategy. By committing to meaningful CSR initiatives, organizations can position themselves as leaders in both ethical practices and competitive success, creating a win-win scenario for all stakeholders involved. Thank you so much.
Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is no longer a nice to have or benefit in modern business. It's a critical element for long term success. Today, CSR is about aligning business practices with social and environmental values to meet the demands of a conscious consumer base and an engaged workforce. The numbers are clear. 90% of global consumers in 2023 prefer companies that are actively supporting social causes. Modern consumers are not just buying products, they're buying into values. Companies like Patagonia exemplify this by prioritizing environmental sustainability, earning customer loyalty, and setting a high standard for ethical business practices. Similarly, Johnson & Johnson has implemented health-focused programs that are positively impacting millions, showcasing how CSR fosters both global goodwill and business growth. CSR isn't just about public relations. It transforms the workplace culture. In today's competitive job market, employees are drawn to organizations that reflect on their personal values. CSR creates purpose driven work environments, boosting retention and engagement at the same time. Businesses that engage in CSR are actively addressing critical issues in the communities that they serve, reinforcing the idea that success in modern business is more than just profits. It's about making an impact. Failing to embrace CSR puts companies at risk of failing behind. Neglecting social and environmental responsibilities can lead to a loss of credibility, disengaged employees, and loss of consumers. But when CSR is at the core of modern business practices, it's a win-win scenario where businesses thrive while making the world better. CSR isn't just a corporate responsibility, it's the foundation of modern business success. It's how companies build trust, foster innovation, and secure a sustainable future for everyone involved. As we conclude, let's focus on how you can take what we've learned and apply it directly to your business practices. CSR is not just a trend, it's a necessity to modern business. It's about redefining success and integrating social and environmental as well as ethical business practices to your company's everyday operations. Remember this quote: small acts, when multiplied by millions, can transform the world. Your business has the power to be a part of that transformation. Start by evaluating your company's values and identifying areas where you can make a difference. Whether it's launching an environmental initiative, supporting community programs, or improving workplace equality, every action counts. I challenge each of you to take immediate steps. Begin by forming a CSR task force within your organization, conducting a community assessment, or setting measurable, sustainable goals. Even small changes like adopting eco friendly practices or partnering with a local charity can make a significant impact. The future of modern business depends on our collective efforts to drive progress through responsibility. Take this opportunity to lead by example and show that doing is not just good for the world, but also great for your business. Let's make CSR a cornerstone of your business and success. Thank you.